the brief moments today in meeting him. He's truly someone that you will not forget. But I guess the best way I can describe him as a scholar, a theologian, an activist, a public intellectual, an academic philosopher. And for some of you that don't know, Dr. West is also a movie star. If you are a fan of the Matrix trilogy like I am, you know that he appeared in Matrix Reload and Matrix Revolution. So he is truly, I think, a Renaissance man. That's the best way to describe him. So with no further ado, I introduce Dr. Cornel West.
You're so kind, my brother. You're so kind, my brother. Thank you so much. What a blessing to be here at Home Depot. What a blessing to be here. It's the international headquarters of Home Depot. Oh, yes. No, and I did get deeply into that chant, I must say. Even the conclusion. Because I know it has everything to do with being the best that you can be. Not just simply doing well, but also doing good. I want to thank my dear, dear brother, Marvin Ellison. What a gem he is. I mean, see a young brother like him in such a powerful leadership role. He's got sophistication, he's got subtlety, he's got compassion. From Tennessee. Yeah, let's give him another hand. Absolutely. The fastest growing retail company in the world. That's hard for me to comprehend. I still have yet to get a computer so that when I think of a company stretching out, people think of Walmart, but even in terms of rate of growth, you say something is happening here in Atlanta, in America, in Canada, in Mexico, and even stirrings in China. I hear. I want to thank my dear sister, Gloria Johnson, going as well. Where is she? Here she is. Give her a hand as well. Give her a hand as well. Definitely. And Sister Michelle Johnson, who's like me, was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Where is she? There she is. Tulsa, Oklahoma. I tell her, you all heard of the GAP band, right? You all know what GAP stands for. Greenwood, Archer, and Pine. That was Black Wall Street. That was 125th Street and 7th Avenue of Black America at the time. We had more black wealth in that corner than any other space in America before the riot of 1921, where those businesses were burned down. But the Gap Band, the Wilson Brothers, of course, chose Greenwood, Archer, and Pine, Gap Band, to represent that history, because the Wilson Brothers were born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, too. And so Sister Michelle Johnson, the Gap Band, Cornel West, Tulsa, Oklahoma, we got it going on. Oh, we've got it going on. Absolutely, indeed. And my dear sister's going to ask questions, so I want you to come up and ask questions after my presentation. Is that right? So I salute you as well. And I travel with my dear brother Raymond Ross, who was the special assistant of my very, very dear brother Tavis Smiley, who I respect so much. He's here as well, and Charles Whitfield of Hidden Beach Labels, representing Steve McKeever, as well as Jill Scott and so many of the other artists. Just give him a hand, and Raymond Ross. And last but not least, I want to salute my grandson, Kalen Cornel West, who lives here in ATL, who lives here in Atlanta. Give him a hand, no, brother. Yeah. No, but thank each and every one of you for coming out this afternoon. I look forward to our conversation. We'll have good time for questions and commentary as well. But it is true that any time one talks about black history, you're talking about American history of a certain sort. But it's a history that actually unsettles and unnerves and unhouses us. So Brother Marvin is absolutely right. Anytime you want to really keep track of the deep, complex humanity of people of African descent in the history of America, you're going to be unsettled. Because on the one hand, it's a glorious history. On the other hand, it is a painful history. And in many ways, it's a sign of our maturity. It's a sign of Home Depot's maturity to take this kind of time out and allow someone like myself to come in and talk about black history. That's serious business. That's true. That's true. No, I'll be at Morehouse tonight. Morehouse is a bit more used to hearing brothers like me. But I'm humbled to be here, and I want to begin with the first great gift of black people to America, and I think black entree into corporate spaces like Home Depot reflect this. Namely, it's a Socratic gift, because anytime you talk about black people, you're talking about line 38A of Plato's Apology, that great monumental text that Plato wrote in order to preserve the grand legacy of Socrates, that says the unexamined life is not worth living. The unexamined life is not worth living. And you can hear Malcolm X saying, and the examined life is painful. Because when you really look at yourself as a person, as a human being, as an American, as a citizen of the world, you know we've got a lot of work to do. We've got challenges. We've got adventures, risks to take. And the Greek actually says the unexamined life is not a life for the human. For the human. And we know our English word human derives from the Latin humando. Humando means burying. That's where our word humility comes from and humanity comes from. Burying. And one of the great gifts of black people to America and the world has been raising this terrifying question: what does it mean to be a human being who makes their move from mother's womb to tomb? It's a tough question. It's not just a matter of having a skill. It's not even just a question of having a profession. It's a matter of being a certain kind of human being. It's a matter of having a certain kind of vocation. Another way of putting it is, what does it mean to be a featherless, two-legged, linguistically conscious creature born between urine and feces? That's us. Put on your three-piece suit if you want to. And act like you're somebody without your mama's love and that push that got you out. And the fact that one day your body will be the culinary delight of terrestrial worms unless you're out for cremation. That's terrifying. Like a play by Samuel Beckett. Like Toni Morrison's Beloved. Namely, who are you going to be in the meantime? No one gets out of space alive, space and time alive. How do you spend your time? What kind of decisions are you going to make in terms of the kind of human being you want to do? Black people's question to America from the very beginning is, what kind of nation do you really want to be? Will you be honest with yourself? Will you be candid with yourself? William Butler Yeats, the greatest, finest poet in the English language of the 20th century. And 20th century, of course, is one of the most barbaric and bestial of all centuries. Millions and millions, uncountable millions of people dead. Europe, Africa, Asia. And William Butler Yeats used to say, it takes more courage to examine yourself, to look closely at the dark corners of your own soul than it does